Disclaimer, I do not own any rights to any content, videos, research, music, unless it is of my own creation. Everything is for entertainment and commentary purposes. All information is of my own opinion or are alleged until factual evidence has been presented. Cue the music. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of All Things CC. Here is my take. This is episode 21. Sorry I've been gone for a couple of days, you guys. It's been crazy busy. I hope everybody had a great weekend and had a great Monday, okay? So today's episode is just going to be about one subject today because this is a serious topic and a lot more people need to know what's going on. So without further ado, we're about to go ahead and get into this discussion board. And on today's discussion board is no other than Jana White, the entrepreneur, the credit repair guru, the investor, or what have you, of Jacksonville, Florida. Credit board goes to WJXT News 4 Jax. And we are about to go ahead and get into this tea. Okay, so this lady right here name is Jana White. She has been trending heavy and has been in the news for not weeks but months in regards to her alleged fraudulent activity, her Ponzi scheme, her investment scams, and all those things. Now, she is a very popular young woman who has received numerous awards. She gives back to the community, and she has a name for herself out here. But a lot of people are coming out claiming that she is not who she says she is, and she is not about business. Her business practices are a little faulty, and a lot of people feel like they have been getting scammed. But before I get off into all that extra stuff, let me just give y'all a little backstory about Miss White, okay? So Miss White is a mother of two. She used to be homeless, and she used to work 2 jobs for 10 years. One of her jobs used to be a fraud investigator at the Florida Department of Children and Families. And her second job used to be a revenue auditor in accounting and finance department at UPS. Now, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but the fact that she used to be a fraud investigator and she used to be a revenue auditor dealing with accounting and finances, like that right there alone is like, yeah, she's very capable of scheming and scamming, because those type of jobs, you know what to look out for in order to see if somebody has committed a crime, committed fraud, or whatever the case may be. So she knows the ins and outs on how to maneuver if she don't want to get caught. Okay, just the titles of those jobs alone is just what baffles me, because none of those jobs there say anything about credit or anything like that, which is her top business. Like, she gets a lot of business doing credit repair and everything like that. So she also has a team, of course, because she's not going to be able to do all this by herself. So she has a team, and there are alleged claims that 2 of her team members are helping her to, skim and scam. A guy by the name of Tori James and a guy by the name of Alex Feliciano. Okay? So this story is bananas. Do y'all hear me? So I am before I get off into the article from the news station and everything like that, it has been reported that over, I want to say 5,000 people, but it's probably more by the day, that have said that they have gotten scammed by her some way, somehow, within her multiple businesses. Yes, y'all, she has a lot of businesses. And I am going to read those in just a few seconds. There have been a lot of people who have done some property investments with her who said that they never received properties. A lot of these properties was what they call a turnkey Airbnb, and some of them were silent partners, and they didn't get their return, their investment return or what have you, and people have been sending in their last savings, $10,000, $15,000, and so on and so forth. So y'all know how these Ponzi schemes and pyramids and stuff go. It's a lot, and I know that the rabbit hole is going to get deeper because Miss White has to go to court now. She has been subpoenaed to go to court. The attorney of the alleged victims, or some of the victims, not all of them, but the attorney has said that there is a lot of evidence and paper trail that has granted for this to be heard out in court. So it is about to go down. And she has just been nominated as like Woman of the Year from some type of I forgot what type of award it is. It's a Woman of the Year award, but I forgot who's supposed to be presenting it to her. I don't know if this is really recent or if this was within the last couple of months or what have you. I don't know. So a lot of people are up in arms about that because they're like, do y'all not understand what's going on with her? How is she getting Woman of the Year award? Also, there is a Facebook page that is dedicated just for her, for all the alleged victims of Miss Jana White. And because I was doing some research, I actually went on this Facebook page, and baby, when I tell y'all, they are not playing. They are giving it all. They are telling it all. They are showing text messages. They are showing emails. They are showing court documents. They are showing so much stuff that links to Miss White and her businesses. Y'all, it's a lot. It is a lot. So I am going to, post some of the things that I did see that I thought would be, good for this episode. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to include the article from the TV show, the news station, and then I'm going to come back with my commentary. Okay, you guys, so those are just some of the emails that I got out of the group. Like I said, it's just so much stuff that I wish that I could that I wish that I could actually just talk about everything that I seen. But if your wondering minds is curious, then just go ahead and go to the Facebook group. I'm actually going to put the name of the group in the description box if anybody is interested to go see what the whole tea is all about. Now I'm about to get into the article from the news station, and then I'm gonna come back with my commentary. I'm sorry, you guys, I keep saying article, the news station live episode regarding the issue. Then I'm gonna come back with my commentary.
Entrepreneur accused of fraud, prompting her investors to file lawsuits with claims of bad business practices by her investors.
Jana White is the CEO of 8 different companies in Jacksonville, including the J. White Business Center, which offers credit repair services and credit education courses to customers. The office has confirmed it's received multiple fraud complaints against some of her businesses.
Consumer investigator Tiffany Salome talked with 3 different people who invested a combined $100,000.
It started off with a business relationship, and then I did the mentorship program. And like I said, she has a very infectious personality.
Raven Griffin met Jana White in 2021 after enrolling in her business credit program.
It was a very commingled relationship. So it was really crazy how everything played out.
So you trusted her?
Yes. So over 3 programs with her, I spent over $22,000. And the mentorship program itself, over $10,000. And then on top of the legal fees, that spent over $7,000 and counting.
The contract promises investors to locate and purchase a property, renovate and sell it. Raven, as the investor, would get 70% of the profits at the time of sale. But there's one small problem. Griffin says she never got an investment property.
The properties that we end up seeing were not first-time flipper friendly. They were completely dilapidated, from termite infestations to having issues with galvanized piping, roofing situations, like permit pulling type of things.
He is Raven's attorney. He says dozens of others have lost their money as well.
It's a mess. I've never seen anything like it.
Dempsey says there's a potential for a class action lawsuit with 2 possible schemes at work: a real estate mentorship program and an Airbnb investment program.
Okay, you guys, so y'all hear that, right? Talk about crazy. And the fact that those 2 were close enough to meet each other's family and stuff like that, to the point where Miss Raven Griffin had to go to the lengths to get a lawyer because Jay White and her business and her teams were not keeping up their end of the contract. That is so important. You have to be able to stand on business and be able to provide if you are asking people to invest their hard-earned money into something that you have came up with. And the fact that she is saying that the properties was not first-time friendly, you had the termites and all those things wrong with that property, says a lot about who Jay White is, because you are a quote-unquote renowned, known guru, as she like to call herself, or GOAT, as she like to call herself, and you are sitting here allowing for properties to not be to their best standard, to be presentable. You know, you got people putting their money on the line and they expect all this stuff to be presentable so that they can make an investment and make money off of these properties. And it's crazy because when I heard that, I actually Googled, and I seen this court document regarding a property of Jana White. Check this out and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so this is a court document for the 4th Judicial Circuit in Duval County, Florida. Ground Floor Properties GA LLC versus Luigi's Concrete and More, which is one of her many properties. This is a default document. Is hereby entered against defendants Luigi Concrete and More, Jana White, Ada Powell, unknown tenant number 1, NKA James Copeland, for failure to respond to plaintiff's complaint as required by law. This was just recently signed at the beginning of the month, November 2nd, 2023. So by this being her properties, and she is going into default on these properties, it actually kind of makes sense to why these investment properties aren't even not up to par. Because if she's not even keeping up to par with her own stuff, then how can she help maintain these investment properties for these investors, for these Airbnbs and things like that? So I'm just like, oh yeah, yes, court documents out there, y'all. Now check out these court documents right here. Now these documents are actually from the news piece that I put in there about the young lady Raven Griffin. So this is in regards to a motion to withdraw as counsel for the defendant. So That means that the defendant is Jana White, and her then attorney decided to depart himself from representing her because I'm assuming he realized that this is about to get ugly and he do not want no parts of it. So, motion to withdraw as counsel for defendant. I, Raymond J. Daly, Esquire, respectfully move the court for leave to withdraw as counsel of record for defendant Jana White and J. White Enterprises Unlimited, LLC, and states: 1. Moving has been representing defendant in this matter. 2. Irreconcilable differences has arisen which preclude movement from continuing to represent defendant. 3. Movement requests that the court stay this action for 30 days to permit defendant sufficient time to retain new counsel. 4. Granting the instant motion is in the interest of justice and will not unduly delay this matter. Wherefore, movements request that the court grants this motion and afford such other relief as is just and proper. Certificate of service is just pretty much saying that they sent this on this day to this person's email address. If they did a e-filing, they did the e-filing and then the attorney signed his name. This was done October 30th, 2023, you guys. Now, one would have to wonder, why was there irreconcilable differences amongst counsel and client? What transpired behind closed doors? Because I would think, baby girl, you need to be listening to what your attorney is saying to you, because he know more law lingo than you do. So he realized that it was about to be some shit in the game, and he did not want his name tied to that. So he decided that he was probably going to just say, I'm going to bow out, and I'm just going to say irreconcilable differences, or whatever the case may be, that will allow me to remove myself from this here catastrophe that is about to happen. Because something is going to happen. She's going to get charged with something. She's going to either get probation. She's going to have to pay restitution. Something is going to happen to where she's not, I don't know. She might get a slap on the wrist, y'all. She might get a slap on the wrist. But by this being a fraud situation, and now that attorney generals and stuff is all involved and everything like that, I don't know, y'all. So I'm definitely gonna be, keeping my ear to the streets on this story here, because I'm sick and tired of people really just out here scheming and scamming people for their hard-earned money. I feel like it's the laziest thing to do, but at the same time, these people thinking, if I ain't gotta really do too much of nothing, and I can really just say certain things and you believe it, and then you give me my money, you give me your money, then why not do it? And then I have to actually fault the people that's actually giving their money to a certain extent. Now, y'all hear me out, because you should never take somebody's word face value. It should always be something in the back of your mind to say, okay, I hear what you're saying, okay, but you should still, in the back of your mind, say, I'm still gonna look this person up on Google. I'm still gonna look up any Better Business Bureau complaints reviews. I'm still gonna look and see if there has been any court proceedings, anything regarding this brand, this company, this person. Like, you have to do your due diligence. As much as it is so easy for these hackers and scammers and to be so fluent and advanced in getting your personal information and saying things that they know will tug at your heartstring, that fear mongering and stuff like that, you would think that you would be a little bit more cautious. Like, I'm all for, having other streams of income, passive income and things like that. I get it. But when it comes to investing, like, that really is a high risk game, and you really gambling your life savings because you're hoping to get a nice return, and it's not always the case. And then when things go south, now you want to go to court. You want to take the people to court. You want your money back, and you got to go through everything that these people are going through right now because they didn't do their due diligence. Now, as somebody as myself that I work on behalf of a law firm, I see so much stuff within litigation documents, pleadings, court documents, things of that nature. And it's like, this could have been prevented. This could have been prevented. This could have been prevented if people would just take their time and just learn about what they're getting themselves into. Like I said, I get it. It's the idea of you putting in this lump sum amount of money into something and you expecting to get that plus more back. And that's not always the case. So we have to be more mindful about just willy-nilly giving our money over to these people. And anybody can say that they got a business. Anybody can register a business and just sit on that name for years. Like, you have to check to see if the business is in good standing, is still active. You got to see if this business has a tax ID number, EIN. Like, you have to see that these businesses are even legit. Now, like I mentioned, I was going to list the businesses that she is involved in. And I'm also going to list a lot of the Facebook group pages that has been created under her name as well. Like, y'all, she got a lot going on. But I'm gonna come back with my commentary. Okay, now I'm going to just say allegedly these are all the same Janay White. But as you can see, there are different initials and a different name as the further you go down. But I'm going to read this off anyway. Luigi's Concrete and More, which I already confirmed that that's what it was regarding that default letter. JW Enterprises Unlimited LLC, The Hair Palace LLC, Chakras Royale Holistic Wellness LLC, The Cleaning Professionals LLC, Girls to Divas Mentoring Program Inc., J. White Community Development Corporation, J. White Holdings Inc., My Self Love XP LLC, Gwen's Angels LLC, For the Love of Credit LLC, J. White Auto Sales LLC, QTJ Enterprises Unlimited LLC, Candy Girl Cosmetics LLC, J. White Construction Inc., J. White Marketing Inc., J. White Industry Solutions Inc., Janay and Co. LLC, Hands of Dominance LLC, J.E. White Music Group LLC. Y'all, this woman, that was a lot, y'all. So assuming that this is the same person, why in the hell do you need all these different businesses? And assuming that they are even active still, because a lot of them probably have been dissolved. Who knows? But I know in Michigan, well, at least for me, when I dissolve my business, after so long, they remove it from the database. So this, to me, looks like all of these are still active. And for me, if I knew this, that's a red flag for me right there in itself. Because how? You don't want from chakras, you don't want to construction, you don't want to music, you don't want to cleaning. Like, you really got your hands in every little thing that you could get your hands in. And it's like, no wonder people feel like you are scamming them, because you have to keep up with this facade and you have to keep up the demand for each business that you got out here. Like, y'all, nope. I can't do it. That right there alone screams scam. Now check out these Facebook groups that I looked up. Okay, so I'm going to say allegedly that all those groups are hers, but majority of them are. Y'all, that's too much. Like, that alone would give me a fucking headache. Like, why is there so many different groups? Like, this is just too much. And see, when you got so much stuff going on like that, it's hard for you to maintain that shit. And it's hard for the people to grasp, like, what is it? What do you ultimately call yourself? Because you don't just do credit. You don't do investing. You don't just do investing. You don't do just construction. You don't do just one specific thing. It's like you're all over the place. You're all over the board. And trust, it's room for error and fuck up, because you got so many things that you got to try to keep a hold of so that you don't fall into the traps of no bullshit. And I think that that's what has happened with her. She has so many businesses out here, and she has her hand in so much shit that is starting to catch up with her ass. Now, this kind of like reminds me of Medicare fraud in a sense. This is a true story. So there's this company that I knew about for some years. They were a private medical billing company, and they were working with the doctor to commit Medicare fraud, which means they were paying patients to use their social security numbers. They were giving kickbacks. They were doing everything illegal because that specific doctor had got his doctor number or MPI number revoked for Medicare payments. So he could not provide Medicare services, so he had to have other people provide the services for him, and he will give them their portion of the proceeds. And I'm talking about doctors or what have you. But this doctor continued to have multiple businesses. He constantly kept creating businesses, getting them set up with Medicare, but he still couldn't do nothing with Medicare. He was still creating these businesses, and he was providing or these doctors were providing services for certain shots. I would say certain shots to these patients, where when you only supposed to just have a certain amount of these shots per month, per year, whatever the case may be. He was overdoing it. They were overdoing it, and Medicare caught on. And Medicare linked him to all these other businesses that were created legitimately, but he was behind all this stuff. And a lot of those claims were falsely created claims, where patients is like, I never received this, I never received that. So in a sense, it's like that. Like, you got so many business going on that you think that you won't get caught. Eventually, all the doctors that he had hired into these companies and stuff started catching on to what was going on. He was using their MPI numbers without their permission, and they went to Medicare and was like, nah, I didn't give him permission to do this. I never did this service on this patient. I don't even know who this patient is. So, baby, the rabbit hole was very, very deep. And to sum this all up, both of the owners of this private company went to jail. 2 females at that. And the doctor got the most. I think it was like a maximum of 10 years at that time. So he got the most time. And they revoked him from practicing for the rest of his life. Like, he can't even practice medicine in the United States no more. So it's just because you got all these businesses don't mean that you cannot get touched. When the feds want to get at you, they gonna get at you. And that's just as simple as that. And it's just sad that people got to go through this. I know that was a lot, y'all, but I just had to, give that little example. That was the first thing that popped into my head. But anywho, so I'm going to keep my ear to the streets about this story, because it's going to be more stuff coming out, I'm sure. Like, this is very interesting to me that this is even going on. And the fact that she got an award for Woman of the Year and things of that nature, like, it's just a bad taste. Oh, and I found out that she was being promoted on a news station. I forgot the name of the news station, Lord, y'all forgive me. But she was had segments on this news station, and once they found out what was going on with her, they cut her off, and she is no longer doing business with this TV station or TV show or what have you. I see it's about to start being a domino effect, because now people are starting to see, oh, this woman, she's not a stand-up person like we thought. But you guys, I'm going to end this episode right here. Y'all let me know in the comment sections what you think. Do you think she gonna get some serious time, or y'all think she gonna get a slap on the wrist? Like, is there something else that I did not mention that I should mention on my next time that I report with an update? Also, just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm about to get ready to, go find me something to eat. But I wanted to get on here and give y'all this episode since it's been a couple of days. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. And yeah, I'll chat it up with you guys on the next one. Bye.